Hello, my name is Jonan Kandwanaho. I'm the Managing Director at Jonaki Holdings Limited, where we get to give credits, we lend money. If you need money, we get to serve you. You can always check us out at www.janakiholdings.com. So I'm yet here again to share with you great things about our industry, because when I see people thriving in business, when I see people progressing, it fills my tank. I become very happy. And that's why I belabor to come and make time and share with you 1-2 things that you can actually learn from, 1-2 things that you can actually apply and implement in your business, and then you get to grow. Matter of fact, these things that I share with us is I do them. I don't read them from the book, I actually do them. So our today's topic is the importance of reflection, because the business world is very fast. It can choose to get very busy, especially in lending. You're running after this, you're calling this, you're following up with the clients, you're caveating, you're putting a mortgage, you're checking out property. Life can get very, very busy. But you need to be intentional, especially if you're looking very far. And this relates to one of the videos that I shared about a while ago concerning having, beginning with an end in mind. Because as you do these things, you should look at a business long range. And this will inform some of the things that you actually get to do as you're running the business. So it is important that as you get busy and very busy, you sit back and reflect and recollect. Why? Because you need to rethink strategies. You need to rethink some of the things that are not working. And some of the things that are working, you need to fuel them. Because if something is working and you don't fuel it, then it vanishes. And if something is not working and you keep implementing it, you will get similar results. And what are those results? Bad results. So that's why it's important. There are a number of things that you have to look at, to rethink, to recollect yourself. One of the things why you should actually recollect yourself, or why you should reflect, is it helps in strategizing. Because for us at Jonaki, every start of the year, we have what we call Visioneering Week. Visioneering Week. You may implement it in your business. So we get off as a whole team to a particular isolated place for a week to visioneer how the year is going to run, to visioneer how things are going to roll out, to visioneer what strategic plans we have in place. So you need to reflect. So you need a particular blocked out time. As the MD, you need to sit back and reflect and rethink of how the business is going to progress. So one of the things that you benefit from is re-strategizing. Some of the strategies are very bad. Some of the strategies are not as good. You see, in business, until you've implemented, it may look very good. It may look as if it's working. And if it works for Jonan, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Sometimes you have to first implement it and realize that, look, I think this thing is not cut out for me. And then that's how people innovate. That's how people invent. Because they rethink, apply, and recorrect. So if you do not reflect, if you do not recollect, then that means you're going to keep implementing the wrong strategy. And you'll beat your staff. You'll tell them, beat your staff with words, and you tell them things are not working, yet it is you who is the problem. So you need to sit back and reflect. So it helps re-strategizing. To strategize the direction of your business. You could do it start of the year, you could do it next time mid-year, and then see at the end of the year how you fare. Point number 2, you learn from experience. Because as you make mistakes, it is okay. It is not the end of the world. I remember at Jonaki Holdings Limited, there's a time we lent money to a client. The mistake that we made is that we gave this guy money before we put a mortgage on the title. And it wasn't small money, it was about 70 million. We give this guy money, and when we were putting the mortgage, after we had dispensed the money, the mortgage bounced. So you can imagine such an experience, such a trauma. So we had already transferred the money. Huge mistake. And then the mortgage bounces. And when we went to follow up with the guy has like 8 counts at Central Police Station of fraud and theft. Where do you go now? That was an experience. So if you don't sit back to recollect yourself and make sure that before you dispense the money, you actually need to assess someone thoroughly well and make sure that the caveat or the logage is already on the logbook, on the title before you give money. That means you've not learned from that experience. And you see, one of the things that I usually tell my mentees, the guys that I work with the journey in this business, because I have a number of guys that I mentor, I tell them, look, some of the mistakes that we make in lending are very costly. It may cost you as much as your business. And this even applies to other businesses. It may cost your whole business. And you see, it's not concerning you alone. Remember, like I opened in some of the videos, it's not you alone. You're affecting you, you're affecting your family, you're affecting the employees that you have, and their dependents. So just lucky that the Lord has entrusted you that business at that particular time. So you ought to steward it very well. That's why it's important that you learn from your experience and see what you can improve. Because from then going forward, we cannot dispense money until the mortgage is put on the title. We have to put an extra effort. Why? Because we learned, we sat back and reflected and recollected ourselves and learned from that experience. It was a huge cost. We didn't recover the money, but we at least learned from that experience. The point number 3, it helps with continuous improvement. Because where we started at is not where we are at. We have to continuously improve. If we had a target of 1 billion shillings last year, we shall not have the same target. So it's continuous improvement. So if you want to improve continuously, you have to sit back and reflect. You have to sit back and recollect yourself. Recollect as a team. Reflect as a team. Agree going forward. If we had a target of 1 billion shillings last year, where are we at this year? Where are we going? How is the future looking like? Some of the guys, if you started with one branch, you're not going to die with one branch. You're thinking franchising probably. You're thinking number of branches. You're thinking about several other countries. Look, no one is tying you to Uganda. As a matter of fact, there's some potential countries in Africa that you can venture into as a lender whose market has not been saturated. These are the things that you have to think about as an MD, as a CEO, if you're watching this video. But you see, if you don't sit back and reflect, if you don't sit back and recollect, some of these things will not come to you. Some of these ideas will not be birthed. Why? Because you're always on a roller coaster. You're always busy. I advise that you read some book called Making Money is Killing My Business. Making Money is Killing My Business. Because you get to make money, money is coming in, yes, but what's the end? Then the ultimate end is not the money itself. It's not the end in itself. So you actually need to think growth. You need to think scaling. You need to think global. But you see, if you don't sit back and reflect, some of these ideas may not come to you. So it is important that you sit back and reflect and recollect yourself and think, 10 years from now, where will Jonah Key Holdings be? Where will I be? Where will the staff be? Where will my family be? Will I still be having this business? Or will I have sold this business? Will I have merged up? Whom can I merge with? Whom can I absorb? Whom can I buy out? Those are key strategic things that you have to ask yourself. And very, very finally, because usually time is not on our side, it helps with business problem solving. There are many problems. Businesses have problems. So there are many problems that you meet in your industry. There are many problems that you meet as a key player in that industry. There are many problems that you meet as a lender. So if you don't sit back and reflect, that means you're going to solve as few problems as possible. And the moment you solve as few problems as possible, that means you're going to get out of business. Because you're in business because you are solving a number of problems. If we have a particular loan product that is targeting probably corporates, there could be a problem with the business people, probably in the marketplaces. There could be a problem with probably retailing businesses. That's how people enlarge their niche, because there's a particular problem they have identified that has not been bridged or addressed, and then they get to have a particular branch in there. So if you don't reflect, if you don't rethink, that means you cannot solve as many problems, which means that the more problems you solve, the more money you have. So you need to sit back and reflect and rethink and recollect yourself. You and your team, accord them the time to do that as well, because as they grow, you also get to grow. Thank you for watching. There are a number of other things, but you have limited time. You can get in touch for a mastermind when we can get to discuss some of these things in detail and get to work with you the journey. Thank you for watching through. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, and you can always check us out at www.jonahkeyholdings.com. God bless you and have a blessed day. Thank you.